despair being consumption by grief. But that is not the intention of Suffering Eyes. This is a book about hope. It is a chronicle of awakening. And in awakening, there is hope. Like Mary weeping at Jesus' grave, consumed by grief, my mother writes to herself, look behind you. Hope is more real than the grave. Turn from the grief. Why? What's behind you? Hope? No, not hope, but life. Life goes on. It's life that matters. Grieve at death, yes, then turn. There is always more life, with all its solemn responsibility and desperate need and tenderness and truthfulness and grace. So, as the song says, turn, turn, turn. But when you turn from grief, be sure that your eyes are wide open. That in your vision is included all life, none of it shut out of your consciousness. Shut not your eyes. Awaken. See the life in your garden, the life in your home, the life everywhere. That seeing is compassion. Compassion is total. It is a relationship with life. Compassion that has limits, or compassion that is selective, is not compassion. It's just an abstraction. The real thing is total, a simple relationship with everything that lives. Your suffering is my suffering. Your peace, my peace. Compassion is not a command to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Compassion is the inability to do to others as you would not have done to you, because your pain is my pain because I see you. Suffering Eyes is not an appeal to hope. It is an appeal to awakening that relationship with life. Hope is simply the consequence. And now, so as people who see, everything that you do is the change. Everything you do is the hope. While hopelessness is a sinking into inaction in the face of impossibility. And any action whatsoever brings back hope because it's a turning back to life. And I've saved the very best for last. I will read now 2 brief reflections from my mother's book that to me capture actual hopelessness and actual hope. So the first is a reflection called Despair. And with this, it's accompanied by a quote that she chose by Shusaku Endo. Lord, why are you silent? Why are you always silent? Despair. It is as if I went to fetch water. Good, clean water to drink and to share. And instead I fell in and plunged heart first beneath waves of dirt and blood and shame and guilt. No way out. Waters have covered the whole earth. The flood is not receding. There are no mountaintops left anywhere, and I have no ark. Like those tragic figures in an ancient painting, I find myself reaching out. Too late, as the ark goes by. The waters cover us. All the tortured creatures sinking beside me. All of us abandoned together. Closing our eyes to the betrayal of that distant rainbow. I can't breathe, and God is silent. And then turning the page, we find her reflection, Sanctuary. Hope took me by surprise today, appeared before me in unanticipated simplicity. A young couple returned to the place where earlier they had discovered a nest of orphan baby rabbits. Gently carrying the limp little bodies in a shoebox, they walked past me mournfully in solemn recognition that it had been too late for one of the lovely silken gray creatures. I watched as this young man and woman let their hearts be wounded and their afternoon be spent in rushing these babies to sanctuary many kilometers away. As I watched them, I realized that whatever was to become of our tender hope for these fragile little rabbit lives, hope had found its way back to me in the form of two human beings with loving hearts and a rescue mission. They have no way of knowing that they were also rescuing me. We don't know what has the power to take down the stone giant, but knowing what to do doesn't matter. What matters is not how or even whether the giant can be defeated, but that we rise up to meet it wherever it stands. That is the hope, the rising up. That's where the dream ends, and that's where our vegan